Good Tuesday morning, everyone. My name is Josiah Pike, and these are your Fastcast digital headlines for December 30th. Today's top headline: an Alaskan veteran who fought for the U.S. and more recently Ukraine has been killed in battle. Growing up in Anchorage, Richard Kaplan said his stepson, Sean David McVeigh, embraced the outdoors and his big family. Fulfilling his dreams of military service, McVeigh joined the U.S. Army in 2010, serving 2 tours in Afghanistan. Upon returning to Anchorage, he worked for the Municipal Parks Department while battling PTSD. In the midst of loss, Kaplan said McVeigh couldn't stand by after Russia's invasion of Ukraine.
Since Sean was a little boy, he always thought about others. He was concerned about people's safety, about protecting them, his sisters, everybody around him. Sean always just pulled through. Strength and courage and perseverance.
McVeigh was injured in 2024, leading to a cancer diagnosis that likely stemmed from an IED wound in Afghanistan. But he beat the disease and returned to fight. McVeigh is survived by his father, 5 sisters, and 2 brothers. State leaders here in Alaska are looking at how to transform how Alaskans, especially in rural Alaska, get health care, saying earlier that a massive federal investment could do that.
This is going to enable significant improvements to life and safety in rural Alaska.
Alaska is set to receive about $1.4 billion over 5 years, making it the second highest recipient nationally. State leaders say the money will target expanding both primary and specialty care, rural hospitals, technology upgrades, including telehealth, and growing the rural health workforce. But the state has some work to do first. The legislature must establish how this money will be distributed during the upcoming session. They say they'll start holding meetings in mid-January. Leaders were clear this has nothing to do with the Affordable Care Act, with subsidies expiring soon for some Alaskans. They say this would build infrastructure, not insurance subsidies.
When communities are separated by hundreds of miles with no road system, extreme weather is a constant factor, and many of us have experienced this even recently. Limited infrastructure presents its challenges. Doing things the usual way here in Alaska simply is not an option.
We need to do more when it comes to just modernizing our facilities, modernizing the way we are reaching out to those in need of access to care, whether it is health IT systems or whether it is just making sure that there is access in a way that is meaningful to people in more remote and isolated areas.
Now, one of the questions they'll have to work through is how will this work with the tribes? And finally, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and here's your friendly reminder that their city of Houston is the only area in South Central where lighting personal fireworks is legal. Fire Chief Christian Hartley shared some tips for staying safe.
Do not shoot off fireworks anywhere closer than about 50 feet from the trees. And if they go into the trees, go over there and make sure that they didn't light anything on fire. Metal tip sparklers, the tips of them can burn at 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's enough to weld with. That should not be in the hands of a child. There is nowhere in the Matsu Valley where it is legal to shoot off fireworks after 1 a.m.
Now, you can catch fireworks in Anchorage at 8 p.m. downtown at 3rd Avenue and East Street. You can also see fireworks at 8 p.m. in Eagle River at Lions Park. It's 8 o'clock in Wasilla, as well for fireworks at Idita Park. And in Girdwood, Alyeska is doing its annual Torchlight Parade, followed by fireworks at 9 p.m. in the interior. UAF will host the 36th annual Sparktacular with fireworks from UAF's West Ridge starting at 8 p.m. and at 9 p.m. at 8 Star Event Center. Now, more on these stories can be found on our website, alaskasnewssource.com. Thanks for tuning in this morning, and have a great Tuesday.